question that I get asked most often as a web designer is, how do you get new clients? What if I told you that I actually don't worry about getting new clients? Or that I haven't gotten a new client in months, but I make plenty of money every month to pay all my bills and add to savings? When people ask me the question, how do I get new web design clients? My response is, stop trying to get new clients. I know that sounds kind of weird, but hear me out. The hardest part about running a business is getting people to pay you for your service. And when you're a website designer, that service is making websites. But is that it? The thing that I see so many website designers getting wrong is that they only offer this one service. There are so many different ways to make money as a website designer, and people are losing out because they're spending all their time and energy trying to get new clients. In this video, I'm going to talk about different methods you can implement into your web design business to earn more money every month that isn't focused on getting a new client. Because honestly, I'm tired of answering this question, and I think that a lot of people are not taking full advantage of all the things it can offer. This is Frank. Frank has been a freelance website designer for 1 year. On average, he works with one new client a month and makes about $1,500 every month. Now that's not bad at all, but Frank is looking to increase his monthly income because things are really expensive now. I mean, eggs are like $10 a dozen. Let's talk about some ways that Frank can increase his monthly income. I'm going to start my recommendations with the things that I think are going to make him the most money, and then go down to the things that I think are going to be a little bit slower growth, but are still worth exploring. I mean, every little bit counts, right? Based on what we just learned about Frank, he's been doing website design for a year, and he works with about one new client a month. He has 12 existing clients. That's 12 potential opportunities to work with these clients again. It's a whole lot easier to sell to people that you've already worked with than trying to find new people. Those people that you've already worked with trust you, they know the kind of work that you do, they like the service that you provide. They're much more likely to work with you again because of that. There are a lot of companies that approach website design like this. Get as many clients as possible, get the work done super quickly, send them on their way. Never talk to them again. And quite frankly, I think that's totally the wrong approach. I mean, eventually you're going to run out of clients and you're going to be in a situation like Frank where you're focusing all your time and energy on getting new clients and it's just not happening. Instead of doing that, I think the better option is to nurture existing relationships with your clients. Build upon them, work with them to grow their businesses instead of just sending them on their way and moving on to the next project. So my first recommendation to Frank is to nurture those existing client relationships. Send them an email asking if they need any additional services. Now, this doesn't have to be anything complicated. In fact, it can be something super simple like this. Hi client, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to check in and see how everything is going with your website. If you need any updates, tweaks, or additional features, I'd be happy to help. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. It can be as simple as that, and you might be shocked by how well this works. In fact, 90% of Wikidesign's business over the last 6 months has been from existing clients. Some of them just needed a few updates to their existing websites, but others were interested in building brand new websites for new business ventures. You never know what you're going to get. When clients have a positive experience working with you, they're going to want to come back. Instead of putting all your time and effort into trying to get new clients, make sure you're nurturing the relationships with the existing clients that you have. Another idea is to create a referral program. Reach out to your existing clients and tell them you'll give them a reward for referring a family member or a friend to your services. That might look something like this. Hi client, thank you for being a customer. I wanted to let you know about my new referral program. Here's how it works. Refer a friend, family member, or colleague to our services. When they become a new customer, you'll receive a $50 Amazon gift card as a thank you. There's no limit, you can refer as many people as you like. Simply have your referral mention your name when signing up or reply to this email with their details. Thank you for being a valued client. We appreciate you. We talked about ways that Frank can nurture existing client relationships. Now let's talk about some additional services that Frank can add. Hosting. Every website needs a host, and most business owners have no idea how to set this up. They don't know the first thing about web hosting. So potentially, Frank can make some extra money by offering to set up the hosting and host the website for his clients. By offering web hosting as a service, Frank is eliminating that worry for his clients. They're not going to have to worry about finding a web host. This also adds an additional stream of recurring revenue for Frank. As long as their website is live, it's going to need to be hosted. So he can start charging monthly for hosting for his existing clients, and it eliminates that worry for them, and he makes some additional revenue. Recurring revenue in a website design business is a huge game changer because you don't have to worry so much about where your money's coming from. Another thing that he can offer is maintenance packages. It's important for Frank's clients to have their website maintained so it's up and running and secure. They don't have to worry about things like backups or the site, God forbid, going down. A maintenance package is another added value that Frank could offer to his clients. He can make sure that all the plugins are updated, everything's up to date, running well, backed up, so they don't have to worry about anything with their website. And this is another recurring revenue stream because as long as the site's up, they're going to want to make sure that it's maintained. This service could easily be bundled with the above hosting option as well. Another service he can offer is content updates. People are busy running their businesses and they don't necessarily have time to make updates to their website. So this is something that Frank could do for them. If they have an existing website that just needs a few updates, he could offer this at an hourly rate. Now, it's really important to establish your hourly rate before you offer this as a service because people want to know upfront how much things are going to cost. So I would recommend that Frank determines what his hourly rate is before he offers content updates or anything that would require an hourly charge as a service. When thinking about different services to offer web design clients, it's important to think about what the client might need. So what are some different ideas that Frank can offer to both existing clients and new clients? Email marketing services. He could create email templates or send out email blasts for clients. Social media services. He could create templates, graphics, different social media posts for clients. That's something that most people are taking advantage of and is huge for small businesses especially. Print marketing services. He could create business cards, flyers, different mailers, stuff like that. He could help clients set up their Google business profiles or set up Google Analytics so they can track their stats. Honestly, there are a ton of different possibilities, but again, you want to make sure that it's something that your existing clients would probably need. You don't want to offer just really random off-the-wall services. And as a website designer, you're likely familiar with how to do all the things that I mentioned above. But let's not stop there. What about the things that you're not necessarily skilled at? Many businesses need things like copywriting, photography, video content, social media management, or marketing services. That's where partnerships come into play. By partnering with other businesses in different industries, Frank can bring even more value to his clients. And the people that you partner with can now offer Frank services to their clients, so it's a win-win for both parties. Now, there are a lot of different ways that partnerships can work. You can bundle those services from your partners into your own packages or do a one-off. It really depends on the partnership and the people that you're working with. But partnerships are a great way to add more value to your client and start making monthly income without having to chase new clients all the time. Like I mentioned before, Frank's partners will benefit from offering his services to their clients, which is a great segue into my next topic, which is white labeling. White labeling means doing work for a company on their behalf. There are a ton of pros to this. They provide you with the client. You generally don't have to deal directly with the client. You're dealing with the company, so you don't have to worry about scheduling meetings, emails, or any stuff like that. And it can be a steady stream of work. But of course, there can be cons to this as well, so I thought I should bring those up. When you white label, you generally can't add those projects to your own portfolio because you're working on behalf of a company. So technically, they could add it to their portfolio even though you did the work. So if you're trying to build a portfolio, white labeling might not be the best choice. You also might not have as much freedom with what you design. The company might want things done a certain way or use a certain type of software to build a website, so you might not have as much design freedom than if you would do it on your own. The last comment I want to bring up is that not every company is great to work with, so that's definitely something to consider when you're white labeling. Some companies are really bad at communicating or managing a project, and that could cause delays in you getting paid, getting new work, stuff like that. So it's definitely something to consider. But I do think that there are a lot of pros to white labeling when you can find a great company to work with. The most important thing to remember when white labeling or partnering up with another agency is to have a contract in place. This is so important because it protects not only you, but the other company that you're working with. Contracts work both ways. You want to make sure that everything is written down so that you know exactly what you're doing when you're starting work with these companies, exactly what they're going to get and what you're going to get from them. This is, again, super important because I've seen so many web designers just do things without having anything written, any contract signed, and they end up getting burned. So you don't want that to happen. It's really important to have a contract in place, set boundaries, and make sure that nobody is crossing any lines. The last two options Frank could implement into his business are related to passive income. Passive income requires some setup up front, but once everything is set up, you kind of can just sit back and watch the money come in. Now with passive income, Frank probably won't make a ton of money, but it's definitely something worth exploring because it's nice to get those little checks every now and then. One option for Frank would be to create a digital product shop. He could create things like downloads, templates, and website add-ons that people could buy and download right from his website. Although this will take some time to set up, once it's set up, it's done. The products will be able to generate sales forever, and there's really little to no maintenance required. Another passive income opportunity is to join affiliate programs. Many software companies in the website design space have great affiliate programs, and it's usually for software that web designers are using every day. This provides an excellent opportunity to make some side income without really having to do any work. At WikiDesign, we earn affiliate income every month from CroccoBlock, Elementor, and a lot of other affiliate programs. There's likely software that Frank uses every day in his business that has an affiliate program, so I would definitely recommend that he check that out. While getting new clients is definitely a huge part of growing a website design business, it's not the only thing you should focus on. There are plenty of opportunities for web designers to make just as much money, if not more, that don't require you to chase down new clients. If you aren't implementing these strategies, you're definitely losing out on monthly income. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out more of our videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!